Okay, class, same concept, but here we want to look at this particular trinomial in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c when c is positive and b is negative. So if you recall, when we were looking at x squared plus bx plus c, we said that in order to get a positive c and a negative b, then both signs must be negative. Okay, so that's our first step, to just go ahead and put a minus sign inside of our binomial, and we definitely know that we'll have an x in each one. Leave a little room for the actual first term, and then we're looking for our factors of 9 and our factors of 4 that will add up and give us a negative 15. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our factors of 9. And our factors of 4. As well as our outer plus our inner. Okay, let's not be afraid. Let's go right ahead and put the table up, because we're going to need these tables, so we just might as well get accustomed to doing it. Eventually we'll be able to do it in our mind, but right now let's go ahead and look at what we have. Now, of course, we could literally just come out here and start with 1 and 9. But then just think about this. If you're going to come out with 1 and 9, you're multiplying 9 times some factor of 4. That's going to give us quite a bit. We're looking for 15. So let's, again, think mentally and say, why can't we use first 3 and 3? Because that's what it's going to boil down to. So we have 3 and 3, and we can use, since they're both negative, a negative 1 and a negative 4. Okay, so what do we have? We have our outer, which is a 3 times a negative 4 plus 3 times a negative 1, and what that's going to give us, it's going to give us negative 15. Okay, put this over some. Make that a little bit easier on the eyes. I know no one's eyes quite as bad as mine, but I just want to make sure. Okay, negative 15. Now let's take a look at how do we adjust that. Well, we have 2 and 2 for factors for 4, so let's try 3 and 3 and negative 2 and negative 2. So now we're going to have 3 times a negative 2 plus 3 times a negative 2, and that's going to give us a negative 12. Close but no cigar. Well, let's go back to our first one where we have a negative, where we have negative 1 and 4, and let's change that around. So we have 3 and 3, and we have a negative 4 and a negative 1, and see what our results will be. So 3 times a negative 4 plus 3 times, oh, I did that incorrectly. Oh, thanks for pulling it out. I don't want to fall off the beaten path here. So we have outer, which is 3 times a negative 1, and inner plus 3 times a negative 4. And believe it or not, that's going to give us negative 3, negative 12, negative 15. Okay. Well, negative 15 for both. So I wonder what that's telling us. That we can literally put either or. Didn't see that. Looks pretty decent though. Oh, good deal. Okay, so anyway, what that's telling us that we can use 3 and 3 for our factors. I just wonder why. I think it's trying to tell me that we've done enough for today. So we have a 3, and then we can go ahead and put our parentheses there. So we got our 3x and our 3x, and of course negative 4 and 1. Okay, and that's amazing because we got them both twice there. I like that one. Anyway, let's go ahead and check it and call it a day. Okay. So to check, we would have 3x minus 4 times 3x minus 1, and of course 3x times 3x will give us 9x squared. 3x times a negative 1 is a negative 3x, and negative 4 times 3x will give us a negative 12x, and a negative 4 times 1 will give us a positive 4. Combine our like terms, and we're looking at 9x squared minus 15x plus 4. So again, that checks out. So realistically, the only thing we're doing here is paying close attention to what the signs are, even if we were looking at both negative or both the C being negative and B being either negative or positive. We will have the actual same concept. We just need to understand, visualize what we're doing and how to change the sign. So we will shortly put up 2 more with this particular concept. One to show you how we would have a negative C and a positive B, and a negative C and a negative B. Hopefully you guys will have it. We'll go ahead and put a couple up to see how that worked, and then we'll move on to something extremely beneficial to us, which is factoring and our special products. Okay, then we'll finish up the lesson with choosing a factoring method, which I passed out handouts, but we'll go ahead and take a look at that and review it and see how that works. Okay, hope you enjoy it. Remember, the best way to do math is to do math.